Hello and welcome to The Breakdown with your not-so-humble talking hairdo, Ben. I'd like to thank my technical producer extraordinaire, Sam Wolf, over here in the corner with all the gear. And this is week 13, folks, and we are coming here live from the Majestic Coffee Shop. You should really come and get a tasty beverage from the coffee shop in historic downtown Leantown, Abilene, Texas. And, of course, the Neon Parrot Live Studios. That's our channel. Please like and subscribe if you don't mind. And I would like to personally thank Jan from Hair and Makeup today. She killed it. I'm looking good. My partner here is looking great. All right, so I have a new guest today. This is my buddy Meech. What is your full name, and what do you prefer me call you? How about that?
Tavish LaFall, man. But you know, Meech is a good, football name. That's what you used to call me
love
back
that.
in the day. But you just call me TA or Meech.
I like Meech. I'm going to stick with that one.
Yeah, it's all good, dude.
Cool, man. Well, thanks for being on the show with us, and we're going to go all across the sports world board here today. We're going to try to make some picks for our listeners, and there's a thing that we do around here, and that is you fade me because I make the incorrect picks a lot of the time. Okay? So maybe you can help me with that, and we can pick some winners today. And so we got college football playoffs are here.
Right.
And that is exciting. And I think we were talking before we went on, we're looking at our brackets here. Mm-hmm. I mean, to start out, we got Tennessee at Ohio State. What do you think about that one?
I think Tennessee's going to pull off the upset here, man. They're going to beat Ohio State. And, Ohio State usually has great receivers.
Right.
So we're going to see what Tennessee does, SEC football. I think they're going to play pretty hard,
That's what I want to happen, too, so which is dangerous because it may not if I want it to happen.
Right.
But, and I see you were telling me, I see your Georgia Bulldogs shirt on. You are a Texas fan, but you love Georgia's D-line.
Dude, they produce some of the best D-linemen. Everybody knows if you're a great D-lineman, top 10 pick, you go to Georgia.
Right.
So, man, just in the last few years, man, look what they have in the league. The Eagles have damn near all of them on their team. So I mean, that could tell you everything right there, man. But
hell yeah,
it's hard to watch them being a Texas fan after losing to them twice this year. But you got to recognize real.
You look like you might have played some ball yourself. Did you?
I did, man. I played actually. No big-time football, no big D1, but I played D3 football here in Abilene at Hardin Simmons.
Oh, that's cool, man. I did not know that.
Yes, sir.
How was that experience playing college ball?
Man, it was tough. It was tough, different, but they say you make some of your best friends in life when you meet them in college. So
I agree with that.
Yeah,
I totally agree with that. I actually I played polo in college at Texas Tech. Little different.
Yeah.
But I agree with you. You kind of meet your some of your lifetime bros in college sports for sure, even if it is on a horse. But that's sweet. So how'd you get into being a Texas fan? I got to know because I'm a Tech guy, so I'm kind of like, get out of
me
here
being
with that
from
shit.
Houston area, dude. Yeah, you had to root for Vince Young, man.
Oh, Vince Young. Okay.
Dude, as a kid, man, you seeing that dude just make those plays, man. Every kid thought they could do that.
Yeah.
You watching him as a kid, you're like, all right, I need to play quarterback. I need to do that. Right. But, it ain't happening,
Right.
But, yeah, Vince Young he's the guy that sealed it for me, man. When they won that natty, I remember that season was just crazy. Watching them, all those boys, Michael Griffin, and, he played safety or whatever. And staying up with my mom and dad, watching that national championship game, man, it was awesome. I just fell in love with them.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
That's cool. Yeah, it's because it's like my love for the Raiders goes back to whenever I was watching NFL films of the 80s and the 70s
just
and
win,
stuff.
baby.
And, I've never been to Oakland, but I just fell in love with that team, and that was my, that's kind of my team. And then we're going to get into NFL here in a minute, but our other game, which I want your honest opinion here, man. Clemson at Texas. Come on. What you got? What's going to happen?
I think Texas is it's not going to even be close, man. We're going to
beat that ass.
Yeah, we're going to beat the shit out of those guys, man.
All right.
And I think the first 2 games, look, we're going to beat Clemson. Then, I mean, poor Arizona State, we're just going to roll through them. Then the next game, I mean, I'm assuming Oregon's going to win, so we'll play those guys, and we'll see what happens, man. But I'm assuming Texas is going to be in the national championship this year.
I love it, man. And like I say, I was a Texas Tech dude, but once we get into this kind of serious stuff, I always root for the Texas team.
Yeah, for
whoever
sure.
it is, whether it's A&M or Texas. And that brings me to the other side of the board with SMU at Penn State. I want SMU to win so bad. And you were telling me that you got a buddy that's a strength coach there?
Yeah, man. Cameron Prater, man. He's a great guy. But, I mean, like you said, SMU, Texas team. I'm rooting for Texas here. I would love for them to win. But, like I said earlier, Penn State, man, it's hard to play there, man, especially with all those fans. And it's cold. It's going to be tough, but if they can pull the upset here, man, I mean, I would love that.
Yeah, that would be so cool.
Love that.
Man, SMU is a sneaky good game against Penn State. And, I kind of, like you said earlier when we were off air, when you play at Penn State, like during the whiteouts and stuff, like you don't know what's going to happen. But I think, I think Penn State's slightly overrated sometimes. I mean, I know they're badass, but, if they don't show up for SMU, this could go bad for them, I think.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm hoping for.
Yeah, me too.
You know what I mean? And then we were also talking about Indiana at Notre Dame. Do you think that this is where we find out who the Hoosiers really are?
Exactly.
Like, really, really are?
Yeah.
Because who have they played all year?
Exactly.
And that's been, I think, the argument in the whole college football community. They
They
shouldn't be in.
Yeah,
probably.
I know, but you know how they are,
It's
man.
politics, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think our answer there is Notre Dame wins by a significant amount. So that one, friends of the breakdown, you put your house payment on that bet, on that money line, and then come looking for that guy, not me. Whenever it goes bad for you, I think he can handle you. Yeah. But okay, and then. So that's our first round, and then the winners of that's going to play Oregon and Arizona State. So that could be the Longhorns in Arizona State, and I think that would be great because honestly, I'm a Big 12 guy, and I do like watching Arizona State play football. Right. But I think you guys handle them if you win this Clemson game.
Oh yeah,
you know what I mean? And God, I just would not want to have to play Georgia if I'm Notre Dame.
Yeah, I agree.
You know what I mean?
They're in a terrible spot there. But that second round, I mean, dude, it's going to be tough for them, man. But Georgia, like I said, they've been balling all year on the defensive side of the ball. But we'll see what happens. I don't know. Is their quarterback back?
I think he is.
Okay.
I think he's good.
They should be fine.
And then here's a weird one too. The blue field of college football, Boise State will take on either Penn State or SMU. I got to be honest with you, I haven't watched a lot of Boise State games.
Me either, dude.
So I can't really hate on them because I want to kind of say overrated.
Right.
But I can't because I'm not seeing a lot of games. But I think one of their dudes was up for the Heisman.
Yeah, Ashton Genty. Yeah.
Yeah. So
Dallas kid.
Yeah.
Also, yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, they got some dudes on that team. But that's funny. I love that field, but it's hard to watch on TV.
Dude. Yeah.
But it's so cool. The whole field's blue, and then you're just like, I want to like that, but it actually messes with my eyes a little bit. All right, so that kind of takes care of our college football playoff picture. Who just for and if you like being on the show, we'll have you back on the show.
Thank you.
And so we can see how this all goes, and we can both make fun of each other on our picks, right?
Right.
So. Who are you taking if you're going to take who wins this thing all the way down to the line? I mean, I know it's hard to make that guess right, but just for the content's sake, who do you think wins this whole deal?
In the perfect world, I would, Texas, of course.
Right.
But
and they could.
I wouldn't be mad at a nice Cinderella story here,
Yeah.
what if SMU just comes out and just beats everybody up? And
all right.
Here we go, man. I mean, that'll
like
be
that.
something to see right there. You've never seen it before.
Yeah, that's
Pony Express out of the old band and all that.
Yeah, that would
penalty.
be a Cinderella story of epic proportion.
Man, let me tell you.
Damn. Okay, I like that. All right, so last week I like to cover what I did good and what I lost on, and in particular, the Army-Navy game was the standalone college football situation last weekend because things are slowing down getting into the bowl season. And Army's been kicking people's asses all year. Navy sucks. Right. I pick Army to win outright, and Navy beats them 31-13. And I'm like, what the hell is this? And that's like one of those, like what you mentioned, the Penn State whiteout games. Like when these military schools get together and fight it out, you just never know what's going to happen.
Agreed.
And but that's one, every time I bet Navy, they lose. So fuck me, whatever. Okay, now last night I hit 2 in a row.
All right now.
And I picked James Madison to win and UNLV to win, and I nailed those. I needed that bad for my bankroll, dude. It was getting low.
There we go.
But, all right, now we're going to move on to kind of our interview portion of this show because the breakdown listeners and viewers don't know who you are. So basically, we know you're a Texas fan.
Right.
From way back, from Vince Young days, and we know you love the Georgia D-line. Who doesn't? Now, or some people hate them because they're too damn good. But what I'm curious is, because I'm a big NFL fan.
Oh, yeah.
And where did your love for the Texans begin?
All right. So, as everyone knows, the Texans were terrible back in the day.
Right.
And my mom actually worked for Methodist Hospital, so they were like just giving tickets away for free.
Oh, wow.
And so she'll, put her name in for, I need these tickets, for my family. So we would almost go like every other Sunday.
Oh, so you were going to games.
Oh, yeah, dude. And they were really good seats. And, we're just watching them lose and lose and lose. You're like, all right, this is hard to watch, but, they can't lose forever. They had David Carr and all those guys, but, it was fun to watch Andre Johnson.
Yeah, Andre.
That guy, we didn't
beast.
Deserve him. Like, he was one of the best receivers I've ever
That's
witnessed.
kind of like a Barry Sanders story of the Lions, just the greatest player on the worst team.
Man, it was crazy. And then, just have him throwing just all these different quarterbacks, and it was tough, man. But once we finally got a quarterback, it was just the best feeling ever, man. We had Deshaun Watson for a few years. Now we hit again with C.J. Stroud.
Yeah, you hit 2. That never happens.
Ever. Never. And so I'm looking forward to what the Texans can do now. We have C.J. We got D'Amico back. He was a former player I used to watch as a child.
Yeah, that's crazy.
And having him coach now, it's just, oh, man, I love it.
Man, and the Texans, you guys are 9-5, first in the AFC South right now.
Not saying much, but I'll take it. I'll take it.
Yeah, dude. My team's 2 in a million. So, the Raiders, we're hoping for Shedeur Sanders and a Deion to just come on, give me both of them.
I would love
you
that.
You know what I mean? I don't know if that's gonna happen, but I hope so. But we better not screw up and win, because if the Giants keep losing, we're basically in competition with the Giants to get that first pick.
Yeah.
And of course, I don't know if you've seen our owner lately, but that guy's an idiot. Anyways, so my hopes aren't super high for my Raiders' future, but when you're a fan, you're a fan. It doesn't matter. I mean, you hung with the Texans for all those years, and now it's like they're the phoenix that has risen from the ashes.
Indeed, dude.
And C.J. Stroud is just fun to watch.
Oh, man, let me tell you.
I mean, that guy. Have you been to a game since he's been quarterback?
I have not, man. I had plans to go next week for the Christmas game, but they said, Beyonce was playing at halftime and the tickets jumped up. So, yeah, you ain't getting a seat there now, man. It's insane.
Dude, those went from like $500 seats to $1,500 seats. Damn. Why she got to do that?
Man, I don't know, man. But, yeah, go back to C.A. Stroud. His rookie year, he had, 24 touchdowns, 12 interceptions. So he's doing significantly better now. As of now, he only has 16 interceptions, and he already has 27 touchdowns. I mean,
right.
His QBR is great. He's doing 265 yards a game. So, I mean, what's not to like there? He's doing good. He hasn't been sacked as many times as he did last year. Last year he was sacked 36 times, and right now he's sitting at 22. So, I mean, they're not letting him get touched, but at the beginning of the year it was a little tough to watch because, they were getting all those penalties. He was getting, tore up at the beginning of the year, but now they're playing a little better. And Joe Mixon has helped the team a lot, man. The running game has been significantly better, man. So, I mean, that's one of the things that I saw this year that it's been helping them out,
Hell yeah.
So we do play Saturday against the Chiefs. So I'm excited.
Got the Chiefs, man.
I'm excited.
I think that could be my thing with the Chiefs this year is I feel like they haven't even woke up yet.
Yeah.
Because they're winning games by the skin of their teeth, and then it's like they're like, oh, it's overtime. Oh shit, we better play. We have to win now. Okay, let's wake up. I don't know, man. And the thing I love about this weekend, because that's a Saturday game.
Oh yeah.
So Mahomes has got a high ankle sprain.
So that's the thing. He might not play.
See, I think this morning I was listening to something that said he's gonna play.
Oh wow.
He's gonna play, which I think is good, because the dude is like unreal. It's like he's an alien from another planet,
right.
Because it's almost sometimes when he gets hurt. And that's the other thing with the NFL. Are they telling us the truth about all this shit when people are hurt versus when they're not?
Right.
To mess with people's heads, on the other team. I think there's a potential for some of that.
Right.
But I think the Texans and Stroud and D'Amico and company have the best shot to knock these guys off.
Here's the thing. I wouldn't want to beat them with their second string quarterback,
Yeah,
I want to go down there. Are we playing in Arrowhead? I think we're playing in Arrowhead.
That's a home game for the Chiefs.
Yeah, I want to go down there, show what our defense can do, man, and play with. You're healthy if you're playing, so I don't want to hear it when we do beat them. Oh, I was injured, my ankle, all that. So
right.
We're gonna put your money on the Texans to make the upset there and beat them on their home field. And we have lost some crazy games this year, man. We lost to the freaking Jets, man.
Right.
And
that's okay, because good teams lose to bad teams. And because what I tell people that are my friends and family that aren't huge NFL fans are that all these guys are in the NFL.
Right.
Even if they're on the shittiest team, they're still professionals, right. And they're the best of the best. So anything can happen. So whenever you lose to a Jet or you lose to a Giant or a Carolina, that's all right.
Yeah.
It's all good. It happens. But I'm gonna go ahead and we'll make that pick. I'm with you. I think the Texans pull this off, and I'm gonna put a little bit of coin on that one myself.
Yeah. There you go, my man.
And then
smart man.
Let's see here. Let's talk MVP. Who do you got? Who's your guess? Not who deserves it.
You fair?
Well, we'll go both ways.
Okay.
Who do you think should get the MVP versus who do you think will get the MVP?
All right. It's been tough, man. You got Lamar Jackson playing at a crazy level. He's doing all types of crazy stuff. He should get it, but he probably won't because he's been getting it every year for the last. So
yeah,
it's like, all right,
he's
give
kind of the king
else.
of the regular season too, man. Come on,
exactly.
I hate the Ravens.
Yeah,
I love him, but I hate the Ravens.
Indeed,
but anyways.
same way. But probably Josh Allen. He's gonna get it. He's been playing He's been going crazy, dude.
Right.
Josh Allen has been playing at an extremely high level. I don't know what it is, man. I think he broke up with his girlfriend or something like that, and now I just gave him the fuel he needed.
Yeah,
dude. He is insane. Throwing just straight dimes in the snow, running over people.
Yeah, that's pretty awesome.
I don't know how long he can play like that, man. Being that big and running over, It's just hard. But we'll see what happens. I think Josh Allen will win the MVP. Though,
yeah, I think you're probably right about that. Now, I think maybe it's. I don't know if you could put him in the comeback player of the year category, or I think I like Saquon Barkley at the Eagles this year, man.
Dude, yeah.
I mean, think about his situation with the Giants, the injuries, and then he is back this year just kicking people's asses.
Dude,
and quite frankly, the Eagles are winning, but they're kind of a mess internally.
Yeah.
You know, you got all the quarterback and the receiver apparently don't like each other. Number one, you know, I mean, I think that's going to show up here pretty soon.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, they're cruising on talent. And their coach is kind of a bitch.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Let's be honest.
Yeah.
He like jaws with the fans in the stands after they lose, and I'm like, dude, you're professional. Don't do that. You know?
Do you think the Eagles are kind of losing track of who they are, trying to accommodate to Saquon running the ball, and you know?
I don't know. They needed him, kind of, right?
I agree. I like this new league Eagles. You know, I mean, I'd rather run it down somebody's throat than
Yeah, I think you got a point on that one because I mean. You look at Christian McCaffrey situation. You can't overdo this,
right?
Or you're not going to have a weapon there.
Exactly.
But at the same time, when he's hot, he's hot. Feed him, right?
Dude,
That's kind of it's kind of like back in any running back days that are badass. Just give them the ball when they're hot. But okay, I like your MVP call on Josh Allen. I think that's who gets it.
Yeah,
I think that's who gets it. We got Thursday Night Football tonight. So this show always airs on Thursdays, so we always make kind of a big deal on the Thursday night picks.
Right.
And to me, this is the first year that Amazon and the whole Thursday night schedule was good. Because for years, Thursday Night Football sucked.
Yeah.
It was like the worst matchups.
Oh, dude. And not even that. I mean, you get the game on, and it's all buffering and stuff like that.
For real.
Perfect year for that, man. They fixed everything. Smooth selling.
Absolutely.
But,
so tonight, we've got the Denver Donkeys versus the LA Chargers with LA is led by John Harbaugh and his Walmart khakis.
Indeed, yeah.
And so I hate Denver because I'm a Raiders fan.
Indeed.
Hate them.
Yeah.
So it's true hatred there.
Oh, yeah.
So now, however, my pick here is I think that Denver kind of maybe wins tonight. They're not favored, but I think they could pull this off.
Well, that's the thing, man. Harbaugh brothers are tough, man.
They are.
Especially in prime time.
Yeah, prime time. And Justin Herbert's looking good now because he's actually got a good coach.
Yeah.
So
I don't know. I can't agree with you on that one, man. I'm thinking the Chargers go in there and they take care of business.
Okay.
And we see Jim Harbaugh. Nice post-game interview.
Yeah.
And they're going to win. So I'm thinking the Charger.
Nice. Okay. So Meech takes Chargers. I'm writing this down, okay?
All right.
Meech has got the Chargers. Your boy Ben's got the Denver Donkeys, which I hate to pick, but what's the kid's name? The quarterback for the Denver? It's not
Bo Nix.
Bo Nix. He was looking like crap early, and then now he's looking better.
Oh, dude, they love him out there, man. I didn't think he was going to be this good.
I didn't either. No, I don't think anybody did.
Yeah, this surprised me, man. But I mean, look at who's coaching him. Sean Payton, he's a good guy.
Absolutely,
he knows how to. He's a leader of men for sure. He knows how to get the best out of anybody he has.
Yeah, so. He is the real deal. Oh, I got a question outside of football, which I like to ask all of my guests. Yeah. What's your favorite music genre?
Man, see, I'm a softie, man. I love some R&B.
Okay, nice.
Of course, hip hop, but it's a little bit of everything, man. It just depends on what I'm going through in life, man.
Right? Yeah.
So but huge Sam Cooke guy. Oldies,
Sam Cooke, very good, very good.
And so it just depends on what's going on in my life.
Yeah, I like that. I like that because music. Yeah, it's hard. Nobody, most people aren't like, I just like this music. But I've been told recently that I like divorced dad rock, which apparently is 90s and early 2000s hard rock.
Right.
Which is just one of the genres that I like. But I don't appreciate that that's what it's called is divorced dad rock. Yeah. What the hell is that?
Yeah, you need to get you some, listen to some old Brent Faiyaz, man. He'll get your mind right.
There you go. But, yeah, man. And then I guess the other day I was listening. Sometimes whenever I hear a song or something that I'll start Googling, and I love Sublime, like from the 90s, And those dudes they only made like 1.5 out. They made like 2 albums. Were only a thing for maybe 3 years.
Yeah.
And like just nothing but history ever since. Everybody loves him. But anyways, let's see here. Yeah, divorced dad. Music, not cool. Oh yeah, back to the NFL. What do you think about the second? Joe Burrow was the second or third big time player that his house has been burglarized while he was on the football field.
See, that's crazy, man. I mean, these guys, they are at work essentially.
Yeah,
the whole nation knows when they're playing. They're gonna just and just being there and finding out after the game that your house got kicked, your door got kicked in. And it's insane. These guys are bold nowadays, man. It's insane. I don't.
And my thing is like, I guess if you live in Brentwood or whatever big neighborhood, rich neighborhood, USA, don't you have like a pretty good security system?
Exactly.
And like, I'm firing that guy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. What's the response time there for somebody that rich? You'd think it'd be pretty good, but like, I think. Like what you said, it's just people are getting bold, and they're like, I bet I can beat them before they get here. You know what I mean? But that's kind of crazy. That's kind of a new thing for like pro sports, and
for sure.
and it happens to music artists and things too. But pretty wild place we're living in as far as that goes. And then we have what teams do you hate or dislike? You've got the Titans, the Jags, the Colts, the Chiefs, Taylor Swift, and the Bills.
Oh, yeah.
So, do you think that this Taylor Swift Travis Kelce thing was organic, or do you think it's bullshit?
Bullshit, dude. Like, come on, man. Like, dude, it's just been something else, man. I mean, you can't even watch a Chiefs game now without seeing her there. And she doesn't even like football. Like, come on, she don't like football. She's just there because look how many sales she did. She broke records on this tour she was on.
Yeah,
it was just insane. And I think they need to leave it out of football.
Yeah,
but I mean, it's making money, so why not?
Right. I mean, that has been good, and it is annoying. Like whenever they're playing Thursday night, Al Michaels will like talk about Taylor Swift like 5 times, and then they'll just pan over. But I think like. I don't know if you've seen those jerseys that it's the Chief jersey and it says Taylor's boyfriend on the back. Dude, the NFL, that's true. The NFL gained like a billion young girls as fans all of a sudden because of this.
Insane.
So like I agree with you. I think there's something, and Roger Goodell, the head honcho of the NFL, is a genius.
Yeah.
And you telling me that he doesn't have something to do with that, I think you're crazy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Indeed.
Oh, man. So we got what was I going to say about let's pull up this weekend's NFL games.
All right.
And take a look here. I'm curious. Okay, we know we got our Broncos-Chargers pick tonight, our Texans-Chiefs pick for Saturday. It looks like on Saturday we've got only 2 games, and it's that one and the Steelers-Ravens, which is a huge rivalry.
Game,
and something that you don't know yet, but you will now, is my son's favorite team is the Pittsburgh Steelers. So we root for the Steelers and the Ravens. We've got another Steelers fan over there in the corner. Love that. But, but that's a tough game.
It's going to be tough because the Steelers just lost to the Eagles last weekend, and I think Mike Tomlin, he's not going to have that 2 weeks in a row, man.
Yeah, no.
The internet can't have fun with him making these memes and stuff 2 weeks in a row. And I think the Steelers come back and they pull off the win. Yeah.
You know what's crazy about this is the Ravens are a 6.5 point favorite to beat their ass by a touchdown. Like that's crazy, dude. I hope you're right because my son is not happy when they lose.
Right.
And also, I want so bad for this Russell Wilson, like almost like an SMU situation.
Right.
Like he's just been like, like wandering the desert. You know what I mean? In ancient times,
Yeah.
trying to find his way. You know,
he's definitely calmed down a lot, man. All that let's ride stuff and all.
Yeah.
He's definitely been humbled.
Yeah.
And it's hard not to root for him now.
Yeah. And you know, that's what a story, because I thought he was the biggest douchebag for a while
for
there.
Sure.
You know, and Subway ads and all the different things. I mean, I know you got to make your money, but I'm not mad. I mean, he married, you know, a superstar, which is cool. Can't hate on him for that. But yeah, I'm hoping that this goes well for him. Okay, so then I guess that's Saturday, and then we go straight to Monday, because next week's Christmas week, so that's when things get kind of weird. The next one's going to be Cardinals at Panthers. Talk about a game I do not care about. Don't care what happens there. And I do think Kyler Murray, I don't know, that story hasn't been looking very good. I just think he's too small.
Yeah, dude.
He's just too small. I mean, he can't see anything.
All the stuff that happened to him having a clause in his contract saying he can't play this many video games or something like that.
Exactly.
Like, I lost interest in him, man. But,
Yeah.
I mean, I think the Cardinals beat the Panthers. But Bryce Young has been playing well, man. I mean,
It's true. It's true.
They was talking all this trash about him at the beginning of the season, but who knows?
He's doing better.
It could be a coin flip there. So, I mean, I
Absolutely.
would think the Cardinals win, but, you know, Marvin Harrison has been quiet all season, too. You know, he was supposed to be this generational talent.
Right.
I mean, it's all about who throws you the ball, though, man. It's hard. It's tough. But
Hell yeah. And then, oh my God. So here in just a moment, we're going to call Big Frank from Chicago, and you'll get to meet him for the first time. He's a trip. But the Lions at the Bears, man. So some of my best friends are from Chicago, and they live there. And Big Frank actually won a competition with the Bears as who's Chicago's biggest fan. And he won.
Huh.
And so they did like a commercial with him. So, and they like played it I may not be quoting this correctly, but his daughter explained all this to me. But like for a whole season, like at halftime, they played this commercial about how Big Frank's fandom. And I've seen this thing. Well, he has this like tailgate vehicle, like huge bus thing. And it's got like TVs in it and like a system and all this stuff, and they tailgate, they got season tickets.
Yeah.
They're crazy. And so anyways, this year's been pretty rough on him. Caleb Williams I think last weekend was the worst whenever he was like laid over on the bench, thinking about all the choices of his life. You know what I mean?
That wasn't a good look.
Oh, damn. So real quick, I'm going to call Big Frank and see if we can't get him on the phone for a second.
All right.
And then you can look at some other games, and because we're gonna make a couple more picks before we close out the show.
All right.
And let me just hit up Big Frank. This is always entertaining.
Yeah.
Come on, buddy.
Hello.
Hey, Big Frank, what's up?
What's going on, Ben? How are you?
Oh, man, I'm doing pretty good. It's actually a nice balmy 75 degrees down here in Abilene. How are you guys doing?
Well, we're doing good, but it's a little bit colder up here. It's around 30 degrees, and we're expecting snow tomorrow. So
there you go.
It's that time of year. So
Absolutely. Well, that means football weather. Oh, man, you got to just imagine yourself in the therapy chair right now, and you just unload on us about what happened last weekend with the Bears and Caleb Williams. You're here. You're in a safe place now.
Listen, there's nothing much to unload. I've been on you now for about 3 or 4 weeks in a row, and it's the same story every week. Nothing changes it. You got to see a national televised game with it, and it's the same stuff. You know, we start off slow. We can't protect our quarterback. Our defense gives up a ton of yards, and sometimes they bend and don't break. You know, it's only field goals. You know, I think at halftime we were down, only 13-0, and it should have been worse. And then the second half we come out and, we do the same thing. I mean, there's nothing really much more, to talk about with that team. You've seen them, and this is what they are. I mean, they're playing hard. It doesn't look like they're giving up, but they're just kind of like outmatched on all over the places on both their defensive line and offensive line. I tell you, I know we talked about this last week and before that. they seriously should consider this Caleb Williams and kind of like just shutting him down for a little bit.
I really think so. I think they got to start thinking about like just the health, both physically and mentally, of this kid. You know,
oh yeah,
seriously.
And you could tell he's kind of regressed the last few games. You know, when he first started out, he's like any rookie quarterback, and unfortunately, with this batch of rookie quarterbacks that came out, you know, there's a bunch of them. He got off to kind of a little bit slow start, and then he hit his stride again, and he was doing really, really good. You know, we're 4-2 going into an early break, which probably wasn't the best thing for us. And then we come out, and we haven't won a game since. And he has 2 games sprinkled in there, but the rest of them, he's not turning the ball over. You know, he's not throwing interceptions, but he's also not throwing it a lot. He's missing, you know, when you hear the talk radios and, you know, all the shows that they have over here, they go through their film study. He's missing a lot of guys that are open, but he's just kind of like, I think, gun shy because he doesn't know, you know, where the rush is coming from. You know?
Exactly. It's like a dog that you spank too many times. You know what I mean? They start to like get a little nervous whenever you raise your hand. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and then that's what's been happening. But you know, the last thing you want to do is, you know, get this guy hurt the last 3 games, which are totally meaningless. And you know, it's not like, okay, you know, they hired a coach, or you know, they got this coach in there and it was their first year and he's doing good. Everybody is gone. You know, they've already fired the coach. This offensive coordinator that took over was supposed to be really great. Well, nothing's really changed. You know, again, I go back to this guy was a passing game coordinator 5-6 weeks ago, and he's jumped up from passing game coordinator to offensive coordinator to head coach, and doesn't really show anything to me. It just, I think, validates that how system this broke was and how these people aren't adept at, you know, developing good talent, especially at the quarterback position. So they're going to overhaul everybody, and there's going to be a new system in here. There's going to be a new offensive coordinator, a new head coach. Now the big talk around here is the GM's not going to make it because he's stuck with the other guy and all of this. So, I mean, what's the sense of having this guy play? Because he's going to have to learn a whole new system anyway. I know he's competitive and he wants to get out there, but all it's going to take is one serious injury these last 3 games.
I know it.
Now you're screwed, you know. So I certainly hope there's been talk of it, but, you know, they don't know what they want to do. But, I mean, you've seen it Monday. This kid's under duress all the time. And a couple times he got up slow already. That one time he got hit. I don't know if they showed him on the bench, but they play the clip over here. He's leaning on the side, looking up in the air. Look like he's trying to catch his breath, you know, and it's like, come on, you know, I mean, just.
Yeah, you gotta. I think it's time to protect the kid until next year. You know what I mean?
Let's sit down and learn a little bit. You know, our backup quarterback here is this kid named Tyson Bagent.
Yeah, that's right.
He's pretty good, so give him a chance. It's just like treat these like the preseason games where, you know, if you want to bring a starter in for a series or 2 or a quarter, and you know, sit him down and then go from there. I'd like to see it because, you know, we're home this week. Sunday. Okay,
so you're home against the Lions, is that right?
Home against the Lions on Sunday. Then we play the day after Christmas this year. You guys can see another national televised game with us Thursday night, the day after Christmas. We have the Seattle Seahawks.
Okay.
And then the last game is in Green Bay. Oh, and that's the other thing. Tough. All those 3 teams, they're still fighting for, you know, not so much the Lions are already in, but it's like, okay, they're fighting for home field. You know, the Packers and Seattle, they're fighting to get in too now. So they're going to be giving their best, you know, and with our offensive line the way it is, I mean, this kid, he could get hurt, really possibly get hurt. So I would have no trouble sitting him and just protecting him and then starting off all over again.
I agree with that. All right. Thursday night football, Big Frank. It's the Denver Donkeys versus the LA Chargers. Who you got tonight?
Our picks last week, we were pretty good. Didn't we both pick the Rams last week, if I remember correctly?
We did, and we nailed that one.
Yeah, and also that other one, which was kind of really interesting to me. It was close like we thought it would be, but boy, how about that Detroit-Buffalo game? 48-42, over 90 points.
For real, that was crazy.
That was crazy. So, but this week I kind of like I like Denver.
Okay. Okay.
I think that they're up and coming, and the Chargers they've I think I was reading today they've lost 3 out of 4, but the Broncos are on a 4-game winning streak.
Oh, I didn't know.
I think their quarterback for the Chargers I heard is not doing too good. So, I mean, I don't know. I like this Bo Nix too. He's probably one of the better young quarterbacks that are coming out with Sean Payton. Does a nice job. So, I like Denver tonight. I really do.
All right. Well, Big Frank, we'll see what happens, and that was also my pick. We'll see if Denver pulls it out, and we will talk to you next week and see what happens this weekend.
All right, sounds good.
All right.
You have a holiday, and again, hopefully everybody can tune in and watch us next week and see.
Absolutely, Big Frank. Well, I'll be keeping my fingers crossed, buddy.
All right, we got to talk about your Raiders too. I mean, they were on too. I mean,
I was hoping we could just skip that.
I know. I hear you. So we're not the only bad team around here.
That's right. Now, what we are in competition for in Las Vegas is that #1 pick.
Yeah.
Correct.
And
yes.
And if I'm going to be pissed if we win a game at this point, because.
Yeah, what is their purpose for it? You know what I'm saying? It's just like you're not going anywhere, so you got to try to get the highest pick and see what goes.
Yeah, because you got the Giants. You got the Giants that are like neck and neck with my Raiders to get that Shedeur Sanders.
Yeah. But what's nice too is coming up. I'm interested. I'm looking forward to the college football.
Oh
playoffs.
Yeah. Oh, that's going to be so much fun. I can't wait.
That's kind of what we're looking forward to down here because we don't really have much to.
I hear you. That's the same for us, man. All right, Big Frank. Well, we'll holler at you next week, and thanks as always for being on the breakdown.
All right, sounds good, Ben. Talk to you next week. Thanks,
all right,
buddy. Have a good holiday.
Hey, you too. Merry Christmas.
All right, Merry Christmas. Bye.
See ya. Big Frank.
Big Frank, man. I like him. I like Big Frank.
Yeah, man. He's full of so much knowledge.
Yeah.
He's like a stats guy too. He can just pull stuff out, from a team that's not just his team, which is pretty cool. But so we have that's part of how all this started with the show is I had an adopted team, Steelers as being one, Bears. Mm-hmm. And then now we've got the Texans on the program,
right?
Because of Meech here. And so, what other game do you like this weekend?
Well, like you said, y'all's Raiders are trying to lose out and get the #1 pick.
That's right.
But I can guarantee you this: the Giants will lose to the Falcons. This week.
And we got Michael Penix.
Michael Penix is going to make his rookie debut.
That's going to be fun.
That's going to be a good one. I think he comes out and slings the ball pretty well, and they take care of business down there.
Did you hear that he was at Costco with his girlfriend when he got the call eating a hot dog?
I did not know that. That's crazy.
He's like eating a hot dog in Costco, and he gets the call saying, "Hey, we benched Cousins. You're up."
Man,
and he
that's
was
crazy.
he's like, I lost my appetite after
that.
I
bet. I mean, you're in Costco down in the glizzy, man, and you just get the best news of your life. That's crazy.
Right.
Yeah.
But I love that kid. And what's funny is people gave the Falcons such a hard time for drafting him and paying Cousins all that money. But at the same time, you kind of have to. Mm-hmm. You can't be cheap. Mm-hmm. And you got to take the kid. And I was pissed because the Raiders could have moved some pieces and got Penix Jr., of course we did not. But we did get Brock Bowers, who's an incredible tight end.
I love Brock Bowers.
He's a dude.
Yeah.
He is a dude.
And that's why I would love for y'all to get Shedeur Sanders. And him pairing him with Brock, dude, it would be great.
That would be incredible.
Great.
And then here's what I hope we don't do. And this is no hate on Travis Hunter.
Yeah.
I just we don't need that guy. We need a quarterback so bad.
Yes.
And then Travis Hunter can, he can be an incredible one-way or two-way player with anybody.
Yeah,
you know.
Yeah, go somewhere. Yeah,
But,
in Vegas, y'all need. I mean, y'all are in Vegas. Y'all need a big time quarterback. That's what y'all been missing all these years. Y'all thought Garoppolo was going to do it for you, but we're not going to talk about that. We're not going to talk about that.
Yeah, and all the ladies in my life were so happy to get Jimmy GQ because he's great looking. But I'm like, but he sucks.
Yeah.
Oh man.
But yeah, you were talking about the Falcons. You know, can't be cheap. Speaking of cheap, we're going to talk about the Cowboys and Buccaneers.
Oh
man.
yeah.
Jerry, they're playing in Jerry World. Sunday Night Football. Dallas has gotten a lot of primetime games.
They got a bunch of them this year,
but it's going to be a tough one for him because Baker is going to be back in Texas. I think he's going to come down and beat the Cowboys in front of everybody right before Christmas.
Yeah,
give Dallas an early Christmas present.
Oh yeah, and the Cowboy fan is just so they're just
that's insane.
They're sad and everything, but and every year they're like surprised, and they're just like, "How did this? What's?" And I'm like, "You guys are."
Yeah.
And then Jerry, he got I don't know if you're familiar with the Texas Monthly Magazine. They have this thing called the Bum Steer Award that they give out every year, and Jerry Jones got the Bum Steer Award, and that is not an award you want to get.
Oh man!
And God, he was on the. We're almost to Christmas. The Cowboys are out of the playoffs, and he still goes every Wednesday, every week to this radio show.
Yeah.
And does an interview. And this week he was talking about how he has eaten squirrels and raccoons.
Yeah.
You don't eat raccoons, bro. I grew up in the country. I'm a hunter.
Right.
You don't eat those things.
Man, look,
you can eat a squirrel, but you cannot eat a raccoon.
Dude,
that is dangerous.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Man, those country guys, man, they're built different out there, man. I think he was talking about one of the Panthers receivers, the rookie they got this year, Leggett. He has that hard accent. He was talking about how, he's from South Carolina or whatever, and he was eating all this, and they asked Jerry, "Hey, yo, I love eating raccoon." I'm like, oh, all right. That was just random. I mean,
That dude is like losing it on so many different levels, but it's entertaining as hell.
Oh, dude, yes.
I mean, it's great for show content, but I mean, I just don't think, and I've gone back and forth about this, but like, how do you give Dak the bag twice? I mean,
man,
how do you do that?
Man, you don't. I mean, he was in a tough situation, man. I think he really flipped a coin on it.
Yeah. The first time I get it.
Yeah.
But the second time, I don't know, man. And like here again, I would love to have Dak Prescott on my Raiders because I don't think, that he's some terrible quarterback. I think he's a very serviceable.
Yeah, he's smart.
He
does just enough to keep
He's
it
not.
on.
He's good, not great. And for me, I would take good over nothing, right? But I also wouldn't hand the kid the bag twice. But that's weird. The Cowboys, man. I don't even know where to go from on that topic. But hey, how about what's cool is your Texans are actually the newsworthy. That's who we should be talking about on a weekly basis in the sports media world as far as our regional Texas teams go, are Houston Texans and C.J. Stroud, not the freaking broke-ass Cowboys. You know what I mean? It's just weird. I don't get it, but they have somehow managed to maintain that popularity through that brand from, what was it, 2 or 3 years in the 90s, and they have not won since. Anything, really, And so that's very interesting. But so I got this hat here. I was kind of on the fence about telling this story, slightly incriminating.
Right.
But this is Silver Bullet Smokers Badass Brisket, established 2014. Now I love barbecue, just like the next Texas guy likes barbecue. Yeah. But I'm not a big hat guy. I don't wear a lot of hats. But so I was in my hometown a couple of weeks ago, and my hometown is now kind of known as a Mad Max, completely. It's like a desert wasteland. It's called Midland, Odessa, Texas.
I've heard of that place.
Have you ever heard of it?
Yeah.
But, anyways, so the people there are kind of a little rough and wild.
Yeah.
And I guess part of that is still in my blood. And I'm driving home on the highway. I hope my mom's not listening or my fiance. But I'm driving home on the highway, and there's this truck that keeps, like, it wants to race.
Right.
And I'm not a big racer, okay?
Oh, right.
But, dude, I go for it, man. I'm in my Tahoe. It's got that 6.5. I got, it's got an engine in that sucker. So I hammer it, dude. Wah! And then, and I got him. And it's these 3 dudes in the truck, and I kind of see them.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, is this going to end up being like one of those situations, like a road rage deal? Because I'm just having a good time,
Right.
And then they get behind me, and then, so here we go again. And then I'm like, okay, we're going again. We're racing.
Right.
Granted, there were no children in either one of these cars. There was no women. It was just a couple of dudes that still got testosterone, okay? So all of a sudden, and it's a Dodge, and it's souped up, man. And then he finally hits something, and just goes right past me, right?
Dude, yeah.
And I'm like, okay, well, I got him once. He got me the second time. And then they slow down. I'm like, okay, here comes the
right.
here comes the altercation, right? On the freaking highway in the middle of Mad Max Fury Road. And then this guy's throwing his hand out, and I'm like, oh shit, here we go.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, all right, so they come, we get even, now we're going 75, whatever. And then he goes like this, and then dude sticks this hat out the window. No shit, not lying. And he's like, come here. And so we're going, 80, whatever. We get our cars together, and he exchanges the hat with me.
Wow.
So this is my trophy for being a jackass. This is toxic masculinity at its finest, folks. Breakdown. Still got it.
Yeah.
Still got it. Anyways, oh no. How is she watching live? My daughter's watching. She says, not you racing in the Tahoe. Oh, that's so good. Yeah. Busted. Okay. So people do watch this program, Meech. It's not just my family, but they're always watching, bro.
Right.
But anyways, man, it has been just fantastic having you on the show today.
Thank you, dude.
And
It's
I would
pleasure.
love to have you as a recurring guest if you're interested.
Hey, man, yeah.
And we'll just keep making picks and having fun.
Yeah.
And that's awesome. So I guess thanks again to Meech, my guest. And if you would, all of our viewers, like, subscribe, hit all the little buttons that you're supposed to hit. We'd also like to thank Jan from Hair and Makeup. She's actually on time again. The second time. She's usually late, but that's okay. In the coming weeks, we may have my barber, Straight Blade Wade, make an appearance, which is pretty fun. He's a cool dude. Take it easy with divorced dad rock, kind of hate. Nickelback is not terrible, but they're not good. They're not that bad. But anyways, Sammy, thank you. Technical producer extraordinaire, Sammy. We're going to hit the music. We're going to start heading out of here today at the Breakdown. Thanks again. Thanks, Meech, for joining me, man.
No problem, man.
Absolutely.
Had a blast.
All right, guys. We'll see you next week. Win some money or lose. Either way, it's on you. It's not on me and Meech. It's your choice. You're a big boy.